everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Meet the Mustangs. I am Nicole Robinson, and today we have the pleasure of talking to Mr. Tremayne Barnes, number 5 of the Connecticut Mustangs. So, Mr. Barnes, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Just glad for this week to be over. Glad it's Friday. I'm ready for this
Fine.
weekend.
Right.
So let me ask you before we get into anything about football, how has the pandemic affected you and your family? You know, it's a crazy time right now for a lot of people. So how did it affect you guys, and like how are you handling yourselves during that?
Not much change. I've been working through this whole situation. I just had to stay safe from my girlfriend. She's pregnant right now.
Well, congratulations on that. And
Thank you. Thank you.
definitely want to stay safe for that little baby. You don't want anything to, go wrong. So, because trust me, children are a blessing. They're a handful, but they're a blessing.
Yeah, I'm trying to get ready for it.
I hear that. So let me just ask you to start with telling me about where you're from and tell me some of the things that you like to do when you were a child.
Where I'm from, West Haven, from Glade. Um, Growing up, I just played football majority of the time. Uh, what else? What's going
That's okay. Well, when did you start playing football? Like, did you play in like the Pee Wee organized leagues, or was it more like just around the neighborhood with your friends?
Nah, my mother signed me up when I was like 8. I played for the West Haven Seahawks.
Oh, that's
Okay, I probably know
interesting.
Coach from.
Okay, cool. Now, when you say you want to coach, do you want to coach like the younger children, or would you want to coach like high school level or even like the semi-pro level?
Um, I really would just. I'm having a son, so I want to follow wherever he goes.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not really.
Understand. Because definitely your son's gonna look up to you and want to be just like dad. So that's
Yeah.
what better thing to do than start coaching and start him from like how you said 8 years old.
Hmm.
So so you've been playing for a long time because you started when you were 8. You've been playing the semi pro league. Um, when would you say you kind of like fell in love with the game of football?
Um, when I started watching Michael Vick play, that got me more interested. Wanted to change my position.
He's an interesting character. I watched his I think it was 30 for 30 or one of those shows on ESPN about him. And he's a really interesting character that, Michael Vick. He does a lot for his community, so that's nice.
Hmm.
And he was a good ball player too. And
For real, that little situation messed him up.
yeah, but at least he was able to learn from that situation and grow, and that's pretty much what's most important because a lot of people, none of us are perfect. We all make some kind of mistake in our life, and it's just all about like what we do after we make that mistake. And he seems to have a great head on his shoulders, and he's doing what he has to do. And it's
Hmm.
nice that that's someone you look up to because like you said, you're having a son, so you're going to make sure that you go on the right path so your son can go on the right path.
Yeah, of course.
So, what made you try out for the semi pro team? Or actually, not even team, but the semi pro league? And is Mustangs your first semi pro football team that you've been playing with?
Nah, I went to what was the first team? I think the Connecticut Bearcats I was on. I had a couple friends over there, and then the Connecticut Ravens started, and that's where like majority of my friends were. So I'd rather be around them.
Okay. And so, how long have you been playing totally with, like, how many years has it been for the whole semi pro league, starting back from the Bear
I think
Cats, I
like
think?
5 years now. Yeah,
Okay.
about
Okay. And how old are you now?
27.
Okay. So 5 years, that's a long time, but not too long. So how many more years would you say you have left in you to give this semi pro league?
Uh, don't even picture stopping. I'm not tired.
Okay,
I
I hear
definitely,
that.
yeah,
I hear that. So as long as your body is willing and able, you're gonna be on that field, huh?
yes, yes.
That's good. And like you said, you have a son, so once he starts being able to walk, you can bring him out there too, because there's a lot of other
Mm-hmm.
guys that have children. So it's one big happy family. That your son can be out there from the age of one, honestly, with with the ball running with daddy.
Yeah, for
That's
real.
gonna be when he starts. So what position are you gonna play for the Connecticut Mustangs?
I think safety this year, safety and receiver.
Okay, what exactly does the safety do? I know of the receiver, but I'm not too familiar with safety.
Well, we're the farthest back on defense. Try to prevent any balls getting thrown back there. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Got
that's
it.
it.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Now, so you mentioned your girlfriend is pregnant, so I know that, that takes up a lot of your time and you're working, and then you have the football practicing. But are there any other things that you do besides those things? I know that like takes a chunk out of out of your time. I have children myself, so I know that that's a lot. But do you have any other hobbies, like any other things that you like to do besides just the football and like, taking care of your girlfriend and your baby?
We travel a lot. Like we like to go out of town, out of the country.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
Nice. What kind of like? Where are some of the interesting places that you've been out of the country? I've never been out of the country myself, so I always kind of live vicariously through other people's adventures.
We went to Barbados like 2 years ago. Cancun, Cozumel. There was a couple of stops on a cruise. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice. That's interesting. I would love to go on a cruise one day. Make
yeah, it's
it
different.
happen. So, where do you see yourself next? Like, do you have any plans when you say that, like when you feel like you're done playing football, you want to hang up the cleats, and you
Mhm.
say you don't want to actually be on the field anymore? What do you see yourself doing next?
Like I said, just focusing on my son trying to get it. Hopefully, that's what his goal will be. I kind of know a little path to get there, so we're gonna make him work.
Yep, and I hear that. I mean, most kids, as long as their parents are doing something, they're gonna be willing to do it too. So he's probably just gonna be willing to follow you wherever you want to go, and as long as you're
Yeah.
playing football, he's gonna play football.
Hmm.
So, would you like to add anything to this interview so that people watching, so when they see it, they say, "All right, I know who Tremayne Barnes is now."
Not really. We won the championship the last 2 years, and I still don't know who I am. So
It's
we're
not
gonna.
nothing
I
wrong
don't
with
think it's
that.
really gonna hurt. Yeah, we're gonna be back this year though.
I hear that. I hear that coming for that championship. I see, right?
Hmm.
All right. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time out to talk to me tonight and do this interview. And you guys hear it here on Meet the Mustangs. Tremayne Barnes is coming for that championship with the Connecticut Mustangs. And this concludes
Uh-huh.
another episode of Meet the Mustangs. We had the pleasure of talking to Tremayne Barnes, number 5 of the Connecticut Mustangs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.